Hello and welcome to Trojans Live. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, and we are joined now by Hailey Harward and Julia Scoles. Now, if you're wondering who the best team on campus is right now, it is USC Beach. They have the #1 ranking in the country, and this pair is a big reason why they play in the #2 court typically. They are 10-1 this season, and you're both grad transfers, although different years, even though you sort of ended up in the same year. But yeah, we talk about this process a lot. So how did you two approach it? Sort of taking advantage of that extra year and sort of getting to be a free agent and picking what school and what program you wanted to go to.
I can start. So I actually graduated from my previous school, Cal State Long Beach, in 3.5 years. And since Beach is in the spring, I had transferred. So I had that season and then another year because I was injured my junior year. So that one was just a red shirt, didn't count. And then COVID ended up canceling my senior season. So I'm 23 and I've only played 2 seasons of beach volleyball thus far to completion. So this will be my 3rd. And now next year, my 6th year of school will be my final year of eligibility. So it's kind of cool.
And you have lots of degrees now. I mean, all that school. I mean, you're just collecting degrees. You're probably a doctor. Should we refer to you as Dr. Hailey Harward? Is that where we're at?
Almost. Double master by the end.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we call her Master.
What about you, Julia? Because you had an odyssey, too. I mean, you went from North Carolina all the way into Hawaii and then to L.A. I mean, that's a heck of a trek.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey. I could honestly write a book about how much has happened in the past 4 years. So I played indoor growing up. I played indoor at North Carolina, and then I had a couple of really bad concussions on the indoor side. And I was kind of left at a crossroads of kind of giving up college athletics or switching to beach volleyball, which is a lot safer for different reasons. And I chose the latter, transferred to University of Hawaii on kind of a leap of faith. And faith is really important to me. So I kind of felt like God was leading me there. And it was a super great decision, hard transition to switch from indoor to beach volleyball, having never played. But yeah, so I finished my degree at Hawaii last semester, obviously COVID. And so now I have 2 seasons of eligibility left and I'll finish next year.
You guys were the pair of the week, March 1st to March 7th there. And but give us a little background about your guys' partnership. How did you guys get together on the same grouping, and how's the partnership been?
So she DM'd me on her birthday.
Oh, she slid into your DMs.
Yeah.
It wasn't Bumble. Okay.
But there were a few tournaments that were going on over the summer, and she was saying, hey, like, I heard you're coming to SC possibly. Do you want to meet up for a tournament? And I was like, definitely, because I've just heard such good things about Hailey as a player. And I didn't realize we would connect this well, like personality wise. But yeah, we met at our first tournament, hit it off instantly. And like, I feel like I've known her since childhood, and it's been like less than a year. So it's kind of a cool connection there. And just on the court together, we're both very like fiery people and players. So it's really fun to just kind of learn and grow together.
And Hailey, last year you mentioned it, you were sort of part of the COVID season. Now, I had almost forgotten that you guys played last year and got shut down, but you played, I think it was 11 matches. And, just by comparison this year, it wasn't going that well. I mean, you guys weren't having a dominant season, and now all of a sudden you are this year. What were the lessons that team learned? Because for the most part, it's a lot of the same people, but what were the lessons that you guys sort of learned in that abbreviated season? And then this year, you just have come out on fire as a team.
Yeah, I think for us, the COVID canceling the season was actually a little bit of a blessing because it put everything in perspective. I think for everyone, everyone's perspective on sport and just life kind of has shifted, and you see what's really important. And I think just as a unit, we learned what it is like to lose, because we did have a lot of talented players. But I really think that was a good lesson because we got kind of surprised. Like our first couple weekends, we were upset, and it can feel kind of, oh, you have this pressure on you, the USC name. But I really think this season, having that experience, we were able to share that with the newcomers and just kind of come at it with a greater understanding of nothing is earned until the very last point of the very last match of the duel. So you want to expect greatness and strive for greatness, but nothing is earned until you actually earn it. So that's something we learned during the COVID season for sure that we've taken into this year.
I've always found the dynamic of having, in volleyball or beach volleyball, the two of you guys have to be on the same page. My daughter was playing for a while, and I remember thinking she had teammates that she liked and she didn't like. How do you keep that chemistry going? Even sometimes, sometimes my things get off the rail. How do you keep that chemistry strong between the two of you?
I think communication is key, because relationships, it's no panacea. Like, you're going to have ups and downs. And I think we've done a really good job at kind of expressing when we're having struggles or what we need to learn. And we have a great sports psych and just the most awesome support system. So I think that really helps facilitate just a healthy way to communicate and for growth in that sense. And I think we just both really respect each other and want to be the best partner for each other. So I think that helps create a good relationship on the court.
I'm always curious how people view USC from the outside, because us inside, we really only know our own perspective. But you guys both come from the outside, and I think of us as really the dominant program in beach volleyball over, it hasn't been around that long, about a decade or something like that. And we had a great national championship run, and we had Sarah and Kelly and all that going on. How did you guys perceive it before you got into the program? And then maybe how has that been validated or invalidated now that you are Trojans?
Yeah. So I think the fight on is really apparent when I would be playing USC, just the grit and kind of just that fire and that like, whoa, like they always come out super strong, like right out of the gate. And they're always together as a unit, which I think is cool from the minute they walk in the stadium to their warm up, and just everything they're doing is so streamlined and so just, they know what they're doing and they're constantly fighting for each point. So that's kind of how I perceived it. And then coming here, I feel it. And I feel that drive that everyone has to be the best and to succeed. So it's just super cool to actually feel that from seeing it.
Have you guys gotten a chance to follow the basketball team at all? And if so, maybe it's a big thing right now, but if not, who's got the better jumper between the two of you?
No, she played basketball.
Get her, Julia. Don't be shy now, Julia. Come on.
Yeah, she takes it. But the basketball team is doing amazing. So.
Yeah, that was an exciting game.
Keep going all the way.
Basketball team's on a run. Beach volleyball has a run in them as well. A chance to get back into that national championship picture again. The #1 team in the country right now, Hailey Harward, Julia Scoles, a big part of that.